Good morning, Trains Newswire and Trains Nation. Today is Friday, January 20th, 2017. This is Trains Newswire Video.
Steve, decaf.
I'm Steve Sweeney with Trains.
And I'm David Lassen.
We're glad you could join us this week. Well, at first, every time I go into a week, I wonder, what is this week going to be like? What on earth are we going to talk about? And I found out with a text message Sunday morning, the circus is coming to an end. Not coming to town, but coming to an end. So that occupied like the first 3 days, and we've been going bazonkers trying to cover that. We've been talking about who's seen the circus and who hasn't. I haven't. Have you?
I saw it, I think, once when I was about 5 years old in Fresno, California. And it was a pretty big deal then.
Yeah.
Never saw it again. I do kind of wish it was playing somewhere around here now, because it's not getting any closer than Cincinnati for us.
Yeah.
But I would be tempted to go see it one more time if it were.
Yeah.
I certainly would be tempted to go shoot the train if it were.
Yeah,
Go to the neighborhood.
if we're close and good weather and good light. But you have a map of the month out now. It's on Newswire this week showing, well, you were going to do a map of the month anyway for the April issue, correct?
We had a map of the month in progress when this happened, so we had to scramble around, adjust it a little bit. The good news is that it's a really timely map now, and the revised version is available free online, and it'll help people who want to go out and see the train to do so.
Yeah, which is fantastic. That's on Newswire right now. If you were not aware, we're on Sweeps Week this week, which means all of Newswire's articles are open and available to everyone, subscription or no subscription. That goes until 10 o'clock Central Time tonight. So if you haven't seen any of our Newswire coverage, take a look at it now with the circus train. We've got an article out there just about what's going on with it. We've got an article on the Straits Carnival, the Straits Shows Carnival, which after the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is the last traveling show that travels, at least in part by train. They took off passenger cars a few years ago. And then later today we're going to have a story from Chase Gano, first-hand account of Trainmasters who have worked on the train and just what they are going to miss about it. And then from one carnival or one circus to another, by Wednesday night, E. Hunter Harrison announced, or it was announced on his behalf, that he is retiring early from Canadian Pacific, and it looks like he's going to go after CSX Transportation. Not confirmed, but that's what all the other newspapers and media outlets are saying, which is, what? I thought we were over this.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't pick a week with news to do this free viewing thing. Yeah, the Hunter thing is really interesting. I mean, talking with a few people, the feeling is that there's definitely something in it for CP to have let him go.
Yes.
So if he goes to CSX, that sets the stage probably for another run at the CP-CSX merger, because now it won't be hostile, so it would just become a matter of getting it past the regulators. In the new political environment, that might not be as difficult as it would have been under the last administration.
Well, exactly. Well, with a president-elect and then soon-to-be President Trump coming on board, one of the things he said is reduce regulations and make it easier for business, which sounds a lot like what Hunter Harrison has been saying for several years, at least during the last merger round. And then CSX actually came out last night, Thursday night, and said that they will go. The CSX executives and board of directors are willing to talk with the activist investor, a new name for all of you to know, Paul Hellal. So they're being cordial about this so far.
Well, if you think that, I mean, you might as well kind of get used to the idea, because I'm not sure there's much they can do about it if the activist investor really succeeds.
Yeah, I don't know. You go ahead.
Of course, the other thing, the other speculation that some of us had was that Hunter's end game with this was to go become part of the Trump administration perhaps as the chairman of the STB, which would really open the door to the merger process.
Yeah, if he were in this only for power and not money, it would make sense for him to go, for the STB post and go in the government and then change the rules of the game. Don't play the game, change the game. And then either he manages to encourage mergers on his own, or then jumps out of government to go into the private sector again and then encourages a merger. And Jim has a blog post, Jim Wren has a blog post on our homepage this week about that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, it's all speculation at this point, but clearly if Hunter gave up $118 million, now Canadian, but
Okay,
still,
okay.
yeah,
Still
so
$100 million.
yeah.
It's real money.
yeah, to go do something else, we can pretty much assume that he's not going to just tend to his thoroughbred horses.
Well, he might do that too. He might do that too. And then the last circus of the week is happening right now in Washington, D.C. We are aware that Amtrak plans to move 14,000 people today. A last count, every train into and out of Washington, D.C. is sold out for Friday. Most trains are sold out on Saturday, and most trains are sold out outbound of Washington on Sunday. We heard that Washington Metro is adding extra trains and bumping safety up, which...
Oh, let's hope it goes well.
Yeah.
they've had those poor folks have had their issues. Some of them are making, some not, but Metro really needs a good performance this weekend.
Yeah. Bob Edmondson talked to the chairman of the WMATA, Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority Board of Directors chairman, and that man said that Metro is going to shine today. Well, we hope that's the case.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. But yeah, lots of circuses this week.
And I believe it was you that said Vice President Biden is making the appropriate exit.
Yes. Amtrak Joe, our beloved Amtrak politician Joe Biden, Vice President of the United States, at least until about noon today, is supposed to depart Washington by train. Now, we've got some rumors, we've got some sketchy details. We're going to try and have photographers out to capture this moment. So if you happen to see Vice President Biden's train out there, or the Vice President himself, be sure to wave, say hello, say thank you for supporting Amtrak, which we do here at Trains Magazine, and take a picture and send it in to us, because we'd love to see the Vice President on his last day in office departing by train. So we're gonna try and follow that up and get you the latest once we have something.
There is one other thing that
Sure.
I can actually appeal to our viewers. Down in Florida, Brightline
Oh, came out this morning. Go ahead.
began its testing of its first train set. If you happen to be down in South Florida, pictures, video, we'd be happy to see them. And really excited to see what happens there. Having been down there last week for the unveiling of the equipment, I can tell you it's pretty spectacular, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this corporation.
Absolutely. So if you have photos or you have video and you want us to use it at Trains Magazine, send that into newswire at trainsmag.com. That's newswire at trainsmag.com. And we'll be happy to respond to you and get some of those things up. Now, trivia. We've been doing trivia now for more than a year, and we're going to do trivia again today. But today will be the last day of trivia, and I'll explain in a second. Last week's trivia winner is Robert Bates. And the question was, I don't see what the question was. It's whatever Jim asked last week. And the answer is Western Maryland Scenics, Chesapeake and Ohio, 1309, operating between Cumberland, Maryland, and Frostburg, Maryland. Robert Bates. Send your name to me with your address at newswire at trainsmag.com, and we'll be able to send you a special issue of the Chicago issue, which David edited. It's what, 100 pages? Yeah, it's 98 pages. 98 pages. It has a DVD to accompany it. It's all available on our website, kalmbachhobbystore.com. And David, if you could just say a few kind words about this magazine that you edited. What was the best part of it?
You mean other than getting it finished?
Well, other than get it finished. Well, I mean, like on the if someone's going to read it and look on the inside, what's the best part?
The things that I'm really happy with, a couple of the new items. A lot of this is updated material we've done before, but the Blair Questra's L photo.
Let's put that out there.
Photo essay on the L is pretty spectacular. I mean, I'm really happy we got Blair to do that for us. Honestly, I'm really happy with the whole thing in general. I think you'll enjoy it. If you know Chicago, hopefully you'll learn some new things. If you don't know Chicago, think of it as a guide for when you come to visit.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Chicago, America's railroad capital. It's on newsstands soon or now?
I think now.
It's on newsstands now and available from trainsmag.com. So this is what you'll get. Robert Bates, you get one of these. And then, so what we're doing instead of trivia is we're going with pithy comments. Yeah. So watch today's video. Having watched today's video, go back, reflect on it, reflect on Newswire this week, and put a pithy comment in our comment section below on the Trains Newswire video page, which is below the video down here. Make sure your name shows up, make it pithy, make it clean, and we will pick the best comment next week. We will read the comment and your name, and you will, if you are selected, you will get an issue of Chicago Railroad, America's Railroad Capital. So, awesome. Well, David, I think that's about all we can say.
Sounds good to me.
Absolutely. Well, from our circus to yours, have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
The drama of modern railroading is nowhere more apparent than in Chicago. Trains Magazine takes you along for an up-to-date look at the Windy City's railroad scene with its new 60-minute DVD and special issue, Chicago, America's Railroad Capital. You will see today's passenger and freight operations in urban landscapes and bright suburban locations, as well as a look at the development of the city's rail network. Both are available January 2017 at KalmbachHobbyStore.com.